What if the force that's quietly shaping your entire life is gravity, not just keeping you grounded, but influencing you on how you stand, how you breathe, how you think, even how you heal? In his bold new book, Pull, How Gravity Shapes Your Body, Steadies the Mind, and Guides Our Health, UCLA professor and Cedars-Sinai's Director of Health Services, Dr. Brennan Spiegel, reveals how this invisible force affects everything from your kids' backpacks to our brain chemistry. And today, he joins me to share so much more about his book and what we can do to thrive under gravity's pull. Hello, doctor. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Thanks for having me on.
Glad to have you. So tell me, what made you want to write a book about gravity's impact on our health?
Well, as a doctor, I notice all of our patients are lying flat in bed in a hospital. And then as doctors, we get surprised when they develop heart problems and blood clots and bed sores. And I realize that we're not supposed to lie flat. We're supposed to stand up and fight gravity. Gravity was here long before we were, and it'll be here long after we're gone. So it stands to reason every part of your body right now as you're standing up is designed to fight this force. And that's what this book's all about.
You know what? That's so true. But I honestly don't think anybody's ever thought about the hospital part. So I think we can all incorporate that maybe the next time we find ourselves in the hospital. Now, how are heavy backpacks, I mentioned that, heavy backpacks pulling kids down out of alignment? What's the long-term risk as far as gravity affecting our children?
Right. Well, it's good to bear weights and be strong, but if the weight is off balance, it can start to put strain on the spine. And it's kind of like if a tree's growing up, you want it to be able to grow straight up and not bend with too much wind or pressure. So it's important for kids to try and not only strengthen their back, but do it in a symmetrical way so they don't get pulled over and hurt themselves.
Interesting. Okay, so just making sure that our children's backpacks are even, that we're not loading them up too much, and then if we have to, maybe going back to those cool backpacks from back in the day, the little roller ones too, if need be. Now, tell me, why does posture matter so much beyond just the way we look and the way we walk?
Well, right now I'm at my desk, and I use a standing desk. And typically, I even use a weighted vest. I don't have it on right now, and that forces me to stand up straight. And it's not just about cosmetics. What happens when you stand up straight is you lift up your diaphragm. And it turns out we all have a sack of potatoes in our belly our entire life, and that's the gut that we have to carry around. And some people are better at carrying around that sack of potatoes than others. And it turns out, I'm a GI doctor, if your back is strong, if you stand up straight, you open up the abdomen, and your digestion is smoother and better. And some people who have bloating or slow digestion or stomach pains could actually benefit just from standing up at work and not always being slumped over themselves and compressing that sack that we've all got inside.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's so easy to forget about your posture too. Even when you're sitting at home, you're chilling on the couch, it's easy to start doing that rolling over method, or just, I think it's just natural, honestly. But you know what, this is really good tips, because I literally have a standing up and sit down desk, and I sit down most of the time, and I find myself standing over here, standing up a little bit taller as I talk to you. Tell me, what is the gravity Goldilocks zone, and how can we find it? What makes it so special?
So we're all on this planet. We were born on this planet, and gravity doesn't change, but our relationship to gravity changes. As we get older, we might gain weight, puts more pressure on the spine, on the bones. The pumps and tubes inside of our body are constantly trying to keep the blood up into our brain. Like as we're talking right now, we can both stand up because our cardiovascular systems are working. But there's a Goldilocks zone, because we also know that astronauts get into problems up in space. And even people get sometimes jet belly when they're in an airplane or in high altitude, their belly hurts. And so that's an example where too much gravity or even too little gravity can cause a problem. So part of it is finding that Goldilocks zone where it's just right for your body.
So it's not completely bad for us, but we just have to find the right space. Okay, I want to know more about this, and I'm sure everybody at home does too. So how can readers get your book, and what do you hope they take away after they read it?
Well, the book is found anywhere books are sold. You can go online. You can find an audiobook if you want to listen to it, or you can go on Amazon, anywhere else, Barnes & Noble. And really what I want people to take away is that if you think about our relationship to gravity, almost like a fish to water, things start to come into view. A fish is designed to survive and thrive in water, and we're designed to survive and thrive in this force of gravity that we almost never think about. And standing up to it and staying up to it allows us to live longer and stronger.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you so much for joining us and telling us all about gravity that surrounds us every single day. We appreciate you.
Thank you.